Let's simplify some fractions. Now, generally when you're working with fractions, you always want to make sure that your answer is in simplified form. It's kind of a common thing that this is what we want. So when you are looking at simplifying fractions, you want to make sure that the first thing you're doing is looking for a common factor between the numerator and the denominator. So what number divides evenly into both the top and the bottom? And then we want to divide both pieces, both the numerator and the denominator, by that same factor. So let's look at some of these. We have 24 over 30. Couple of things. Sometimes it might take you more than one step, and that's fine. But if I look at 24 and 30, I recognize that both of these numbers are divisible by 6. So that is a common factor shared by both of these. So 24 divided by 6 is 4, and 30 divided by 6 is 5. That is what we're looking for. Now, similarly, if you had 24 over 30 and your first thought was, these are both even numbers, high five, that is fabulous. Because you could divide both of them by 2 to start, and you would get 12 over 15. So just dividing by 2 makes your number smaller. Smaller numbers are easier to work with. So now 12 and 15 are both reducible by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4, 15 divided by 3 is 5, and look, I get the same answer. So it doesn't matter what road you take, you're gonna get to the same ending place. Now 39 and 63 here in letter B, those are a little bit bigger and maybe a little more difficult. However, hopefully you notice that 39 divisible by 3 and 63 divisible by 3. If you don't know your divisibility rules, that might be something to check out just to make your life a little easier, right? We're always looking for ways to make mathematics easier. So 39 divided by 3 is 13. 63 divided by 3 is 21. 13 is prime. That means only 1 and 13 go into it. Therefore, 13 over 21 is reduced. So that is our simplified fraction. 26 over 40. A lot of times if I look and whatever I see first, that's what I go with. So I saw even numbers, so I'm going to divide by 2. 26 divided by 2 is 13. 40 divided by 2 is 20. Again, my favorite number, 13. So 13 over 20 is our simplified fraction. Letter D, 15 over 70. Okay, each of these numbers, like one ends in 5, one ends in 0. Divisibility rules say they're both reducible by 5. So if I take 15 divided by 5, I get 3. And 70 divided by 5 is 14. 3 does not go into 14. So 3/14 is our simplified fraction. Let's do one more. 24 over 40. Now, I actually want to do this 3 ways. So bear with me because I want to show you how easy this is. Depending on your divisibility skills, some people will look at this and say, hey, it's even. I love that. I'm a big fan of if they're both even, divide by 2, because you get smaller numbers, makes everything easier. So dividing by 2, I get 12 over 20. And you're like, well, let's keep going. Divisible by 2. So now I get 6 over 10. Well, keep going. Divisible by 2. And I end up with 3/5. So it took me 3 steps, but I got there. Okay, so that's the first one. The second way you could do this is maybe you looked at 24 and 40 and said, hey, those are reducible by 4. 24 divided by 4 gives me 6. 40 divided by 4 gives me 10. And we both know that 6 over 10 reduces to 3/5. And for those of us that have, our division on point, 24 and 40, you might look at that and say, those are divisible by 8. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 40 divided by 8 is 5. 3/5. So again, whether it took you 3 steps, 2 steps, or 1 step, it does not matter. You get to the same answer. So the point being, don't give up on a problem if you don't have the greatest factor in your first step. Just keep working. You'll get there.